Hi everyone. So what we've got here are our what we're gonna do today. New tab in your Quaderno, take notes over numbers. Okay. So step 1, create a new tab. Step 2, take notes over numbers. For taking notes, if you would like to use the resource Quaderno, you may. But we gotta create our new tab. Okay. So I'm gonna move myself real quick. We need to create a new tab. So you click on the upside down triangle, and then you're going to get duplicate. Okay. Now you have 3 tabs. Okay. We're going to delete everything that's in this. Okay. And we need to make sure we come over here and delete our what you call it. You can delete it in one of 2 ways. Click on the 3 dots and hit delete, or click on it. Once it has that blue border, then you can just hit your backspace button. Okay? All right. So, what do we need to rename this to? We're going to rename it Los Números because we're going to be doing numbers. So, come down here, click the rename Los Números. Okay? Now we have a fresh tab ready to go. Take some notes over numbers. Okay? We're going to be working in the pink and green section today. All right. So we have our Los Números. Let's make this a little bigger for us so you can see it. Okay. So we're going to start with 0, which is this. And it's pronounced cero. Okay. So how are you going to do this? Your word is cero. And the meaning in English is 0. You don't have to write out 0. Okay, if you want to, you can, but you just need to know that. Okay. Then we have uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Now let's look at a couple things. I've talked a little bit in class about how I do not dot my I's. So this is CINCO. This is SEIS, SIETE, and Z. Okay. So you're just gonna go. If I were you, I would do like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then you just fill in the rest. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Okay. So once you get past diez, go ahead and skip a line. So that way you're starting your next number here. Okay. Oh, no, wrong spot. There we go. So let's go ahead and look at our next page. All right. So I put a box around 16. So if I were you, I'd go ahead and number to 16. This is an easy way to make sure that you're not losing track. Okay. Of your numbers. All right. So we have 11 through 20. We have once, doce, trece, catorce, and quince. Okay. Then we have dieciséis. These are all spelled like diez, D-I-E-C-I, 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 D-I-E-C-I. Okay. It's the letter E right here. This letter E that has the accent mark. Okay. So it should look like this for 16. DIECISEIS. Ta-da. And then I'll move myself so we can DACSACE. Okay. All right. So, and then I did put Bainte in a different color, and I'll talk about some things. So, what we do is we have our numbers 1 through 10. Then we have our numbers 11 through 15. Then, what we do in Spanish is we're basically doing simple addition over and over again. We have the word diez, which means 10. And if you hear how this is pronounced, like 16, 17, 18, 19, it's 16. Okay? We had a couple of what we call radical spelling changes. We changed the Z to a C. E means and. That's the I, because we need a vowel of an actual vowel instead of just a vowel sound. And we have seis. So you're literally saying 10 and 6, 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. And that's going to be the basis for all of our numbers. DA 16 through 19, one word, no spaces. Okay? And then we end with Bainte. And Bainte ends with an E. Okay? You don't need to write down this. This is just to let you know how we get where we're going. Let's look at our next set of numbers. Okay, it looks like 21 to 30. So let's go ahead and write down 21 through 30. Skip a line. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Nope, 28. 29, 30. Okay. And as you can see on my notes, I've got boxes around 22, 23, 26. Okay. These four, 16, 22, 23, and 26, are the only numbers with accents. So that's kind of nice. What we've done here is the same idea as what we did here with like 18, 19. Okay. We're taking the word 20, doing a spelling change. So we're doing 20 and 1. But if you have the E and the Y next to each other, it's just easier to turn it into an I sound. So you have Bainte for 20, Bainte uno for 21, Bainte dos. So that's an I, that's an I, that's an I, that's an I. I, 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 and I and I. These are not H's. My T is just connected to my I, unlike this one, that one. Okay? So make sure you get your accent over your O, your accent over your E, and your accent over your E again for 22, 23, 26. And then you have Treinta. So I talked about how you're doing simple math. You're saying like 10 and 8, 10 and 9. Here you're saying 20 and 5, 20 and 6, 20 and 7. And we squish them all together on one word. Okay. We're going to see that here. We're actually going to pull them apart. Okay. And what I did is I wrote this in 3 different colors for you. So that way you can see that they are 3 separate words. So now we need to number 31 to 40. So let's go down here, skip our line, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Oh, nope. Oh, so many bad choices. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, and these are separate. So to write out 31, you have TREINTA space E space UNO. Okay, 3 separate words. I wrote it in 3 different colors, so that way you could see 3 separate words. Okay, so we're going and going and going. If you look at this, starting with the 30s, and this is an I. You have an I here, an I here, an I here, I, and I. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're spelling things. So this is actually going to be the norm for how we form our numbers. Okay, these four and this group right here, they're the exception to the rule because you took essentially three words and squished them together. 31 to 99 is going to be three words all separate. Okay. Once you have this as an example, you do not need to write down the rest of your words because you could just substitute in your tens. So let's look now at our tens. Okay. So we're going to write down 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's going to be our next section. Okay. You can leave 40 there, or you can write it again, whatever you like. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. So now that you know how to do 31 to 39, you can do 41 to 49, 51 to 59, 61 to 69, 71 to 79, 81 to 89, and 91 to 99. But there's no point in writing those out because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so here is our numbers. We have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. That's a V. Okay, VENTA. And then right here we have an I for 50. So you can start here 40. So on and so forth until you get to 100. And then we'll skip another line. So you have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Then you have 100. And 100 just by itself. So let's put in 100. 101 and 102. Okay. 100 just by itself is CN. So you're counting 97, 98, 99, 100, 97, 90 y 7, 98, 90 y 8, 99, 90 y 9, 100, CN. Okay. Then CN is going to change just a little bit. If it's just the number 100, no numbers after, no tens, no ones, it's CN. Once it's got numbers in the tens and ones, or 10, okay, it becomes ciento. Ciento uno, ciento dos. Ciento uno and ciento dos. Okay, and that continues on. You just add numbers. So if your number is 130, you have ciento, because it has numbers after that, 100, and then, well, we'll put 30 here. Ciento treinta. Okay. So 130 becomes ciento treinta. Now, in English, we say 101, like the movie 101 Dalmatians. Okay. And so we put that after the 100. In Spanish, the E, the letter Y, the words when we say and, can only come in between 31 to 99. Okay, so let's do a quick example. 152. You're going to start off with, oh dear. So you have ciento, because it's longer. It's not just 100, there's tens and ones. Then you're going to have 50, which is cincuenta y dos. So this becomes 4 words. Ciento for 100, 50, cincuenta, and 2. 150 and 2. So you're bumping over your and. Okay. Um, so your and only goes where it's written. You're not adding in an extra and. Okay, there's nothing extra to add in here. All right, let's go ahead and skip another space. Get right down here. Now we have our hundreds. Okay, so we're going to do 200 to 900, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Okay, go to 1,000, baby. So when you look at the numbers, they actually really make a lot of sense. We have ciento right here for the word hundred. We have two 100s, so we added an S to make it plural, and we stuck a 2. This is all one word, dos cientos. Dos cientos. 3 100s, tres cientos. 4 100s, cuatro cientos. Now those are the ones that are written in blue are normal. No spelling changes. 500, 700, and 900 do have some semi or regularly radical, interesting spelling changes. Number 500 is quinientos. Okay. And this is Quinientos. Seiscientos also has 2 I's. These are all I's for cientos. Okay. So it's not like cinco cientos. Okay. It has a spelling change here. Sescientos. Here and here you have I's. And then instead of saying siete cientos, it's sete cientos. Take out that I. Ocho cientos is regular, 800. And nove cientos is 900. So instead of nueve, we're just like, oh my gosh, so many syllables. Get rid of those syllables. So we got rid of the extra syllable. So how does this work? If you need the number 435, so you heard me just then, 435. It's going to be 430 and 5. Okay. So let's book you right on up here. 400 is cuatro cientos, treinta y cinco. Okay. If you need the number 999, then novecientos noventa y nueve. Okay. So that's how that's working. And then our last number is 1,000, which is meal. Okay. This is M-I-L. This is like the only L you're going to see for us. So skip a line, 1,000 meal. You do not need to capitalize it. I just capitalized it so you can tell the difference between the I, which is lowercase, and the L, which is lowercase. Because if I had left it as lowercase L, it'll look like me, like we. Okay, so these are our notes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.